Posting highly provocative, often explicit photos and videos of yourself on the internet for the pleasure of thousands and sometimes millions of anonymous oglers is not most people's idea of smart. So why then are so many young Australian women signing up to show off on X-rated social media sites like OnlyFans? Well, they say it's an easy way to make a fast fortune. They also claim they're not being exploited because they control what they reveal and what it costs. With so much skin in the game, these women are setting themselves up for life. But being risque is not entirely risk-free.
We live in a day and age where everything you could ever want is a click away. This in itself is a gift and a curse. I thought maybe we could dabble in a couple topics I find to be quite interesting. The first being OnlyFans. The second being the adult entertainment industry in a whole. No wait, before you jump to common conclusion, I ask that you hear me out. Let's take this as a time to learn more about ourselves. I'll spare you the details as to the origin and the rise of OnlyFans. What I'd like to focus on is the impact of it and sites identical to it. The sheer grip has millions of lives in a constant chokehold.
This year said that OnlyFans had a 75% increase in signups, with more than 170,000 new users each day, with another website suggesting that it now has well over 100 million registered users, 97 million of which are only consuming content. Similar websites such as Patreon have also experienced rapid growth this year as many people have found themselves out of work. But we've seen not safe for work content all over social media before, on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and so on, and it's very clear that there's quite a big market for it. I'm not gonna lie, I could do with seeing a lot less of it on Twitter. That is a place exclusively for political pile-ons. I don't want to see your no-no square. But what's funny about OnlyFans and websites just like it is that consumers of this content go out of their way to pay for it. In fact, if you do a quick search on YouTube, there are plenty of women attesting to how much money they've made or giving instruction on how to sell videos and photos of this nature. But the question plenty of people have been asking has less to do with why women are doing this, but rather why people are paying for this service, so to speak, when they can effectively access it elsewhere.
Did you know that nearly 50% of US adults are single? No? That's 126.9 million unmarried, unacknowledged people according to the US Census Bureau statistics. This one simple statement is where OnlyFans steps in to fill that void, capitalizing off the loneliness of millions. You want to feel loved, right? You want to be cared for, feel appreciated, valued. You want to feel like you matter, right? Well, don't we all? So why go through the tedious parts? Rejection, the butterflies in your stomach, being heartbroken, being ghosted, etc., etc. Why go through any of that when you can have your perfect partner in a simple click? Guaranteed love for one easy payment. This is where the problem lies.
A girl recently discussing why she deleted her OnlyFans account, which was for a multitude of reasons, but one reason in particular stood out to me.
Then it started where they would like find me on OnlyFans, and then if I didn't answer them on OnlyFans, they would reach out to me on other platforms. And there was a few situations where I feel like I was being harassed. There's this weird thing that happens. It's like they think that since they see me in a more intimate light, that we somehow have a relationship with each other, even though I have no idea who they are and this is my job. They think that even though that they paid for a photo of me, that I for some reason wanted to send it to them. People really do think that they can just talk to sex workers any type of way. I've even had a few guys ask me out, which, hey,
this isn't love. This is just a parasocial relationship. The crazy part is, everyone knows this to be true. Yet everything is becoming so transactional that it's perfectly normal. Now don't get me wrong, I understand that for some, this is a way to provide for their homes and families, and that's perfectly fine. With the influx of creators and influencers trying to cash in on this market, most people won't get the time of day without paying a price. This leaves others who are lonely, yet aren't paying, deprived of human affection. Now I ask you, what problems and/or signs arise when someone is deprived of human affection? Aggressive behavior, body image issues, high stress levels, loneliness, mental health issues such as depression, sexual dysfunction, fear of attachment, and unsatisfying relationships. A vicious cycle then comes into play, this being one where people with certain mental health issues accept rejection, or completely shy away from the idea, opt out for something a little easier and less stressful. Yet eventually, this less stressful choice, but let's just say it loses its touch quite quickly. Virtual love can only last for so long before abruptly yearning for the real thing. Now you're back in the loop trying to find the one. Nonetheless, I don't want to dwell too much longer on the subject. If you want a bit more in-depth view from both consumers and creators' standpoint, I would suggest watching these titles. Now, tell me, what are your sexual desires? Don't worry, no need to answer. We have everything your heart could ever want and more. Whatever your fantasy is, you can have it served to you on a silver platter. See, the adult entertainment industry has a bit of everything. The sheer diversity is astounding to say the least. This industry bleeds into every other platform that doesn't involve children. Sometimes even the youth can't avoid it. Well, that's a topic for a whole different video. Let's move on. As this content moves into more digital spaces, the flair it once had begins to dwindle, with so many people wanting a piece of the pie. Think of it this way. You can only see something amazing a certain amount of times before it becomes just another sight to see. This pushes people to create work that toes the boundaries of what's acceptable and what's not, knowing that more central content will have a higher engagement rate. Do you see where the problem is? Now you've created a revolving door effect where only the top tier creators can keep their spots. Occasionally, even they aren't safe. Older creators are swapped out for newer ones, and the cycle continues. Most of them never even get to the level of success that they sought after in the beginning. We all know this is the case, yet we all choose to still partake in it. Simple answer, you don't want to feel left out or miss something, do you? If I may, I'd like to get a little personal for just a split second. You see, I'm no exception to these concepts. Creating content I knew people would cling on to because of its sensual nature. Although, I'd come at it from an artistic standpoint, trying to place a deeper meaning into every piece of work that I put out. Eventually, it dawned on me. I was only creating for the validation of strangers. That moment of realization, it really hurt, you know? I'm still struggling with trying to find the passion I once had for creating. There comes a point in your life where you ask yourself, what am I doing? And what happens from there, it's up to you. Now that I got that summary out the way, I'd like to address the joke in it all. Have you not noticed that most everybody that overshadows you, even though you working your hardest, is a bit younger or a bit more youthful? Do you not see the predatory nature in it? It's like the system got you trapped in a loop because you want that validation, right? So you're gonna keep coming back. No matter how much you want to put it down, you're gonna keep coming back. It's like a rat with cheese or a rat with cocaine. You know, the experiments. But through it all, I want you to remember that passion you once had, that drive you once had, that goal that you still have. But it's somebody believing in you. And I know you're gonna make it. Just keep going. Even though this all is a joke, you can make it serious. Make sure you subscribe for the vibe. And until next time, peace and love, man.
Have to say